Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about organizing from the dollar store, but for your unique style. When I went from just organizing my home to organizing other people's homes, I found that not everyone organizes the same way. And just because a solution works for me and my family definitely does not mean that it's going to work for you. The more research I did and the more absolutely failing at organizing other people's homes and having to learn from my mistakes, I really discovered that there's basically about 4 different unique styles. And I'm gonna put a test below. If you already watch my videos, you probably know what ClutterBug you are, what your style is. But if you have no idea, I'm gonna put a free test below. So pause this, take the test, and then come on back. So I went to the dollar store and bought all the things. I basically spent $100 at the dollar store. My husband was like, did you buy the dollar store? How do you spend $100 at the dollar store? It's actually, unfortunately, easier than it sounds, but I wanted to make sure that I'm covering all of you, that all of you will feel inspired by this, hopefully, and able to tackle an organizing project in your home based on your style today. I'm gonna start with these gorgeous canvas bins. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you've seen me post about them because I'm gaga for them. They're gorgeous. They look so high-end, and just for a couple of dollars, I'm so sold on these. And these work perfect for ladybugs. Ladybug, you know you're a ladybug. Here's the thing about a ladybug. You know you're a ladybug if you like things clutter-free, if you don't really like looking at a lot of clutter or things out to a detriment. Like you are Monica from Friends. You will shove everything in a closet or a drawer in a basement or a spare bedroom, and everything else will look clean and tidy, but you'll shove all your junk. So you don't have to look at it, and then you know where nothing is. You know, it's just like, where is the, I don't know. I have to buy a new one, or you have to pull everything out to find it. So they're pretty much an enigma. They appear to be clean and tidy, but they're pretty much disasters on the inside. These really work because they hide your stuff, they're pretty, but you're able to put like things away, shove them in your closets, let's be honest, shove them places, but in a neat and organized way. And if we, as a ladybug, I'm a ladybug, got too organized and had a bunch of compartments in here, it would just be a jumbled mess. We're kind of always gonna be jumble messes on the inside. So this tote is perfect for a ladybug. As beautiful as this is like the anti-organizer for a butterfly. If you are a butterfly, you're a really visual person, and you've probably tried to use organizing systems like this in the past, pretty baskets, all solid colored bins, and then you failed, and you think that you're not an organized person, and it's not your fault. It's because those type of organizing systems do not work for you. If it's out of sight, it's out of mind. You need to see your things. That is why these clear bins are pretty much perfect for you. Now, I'm not saying you can't use pretty solid colored bins, but you will have to label them. Big label. But inside your cupboards, cabinets, linen closet, use clear. Use clear because you'll know what it is. As soon as you open the door, you'll see what's inside. It'll help motivate you to put the things back. You're able to find the things easier. Clear bins are key for butterflies. This would stress me out. As a ladybug, I can't use clear bins. If I opened up my linen closet and could see literally every product I owned, I'm pretty sure I'd have heart palpitations. It would cause me anxiety. But if you opened your linen closet and you're a butterfly and you see nothing, that's gonna cause you anxiety. So we're like opposites. We're like bizarro clutterbugs. If you're a butterfly, we're complete opposites. It doesn't mean that either of us are less organized than the other one. It just means we need systems that work with our natural tendencies. Now, when you're using these type of containers, butterflies, leave the lid off. Just like us ladybugs, you can't have lids on your containers that you access all the time, or else you're just gonna set the product in front of it instead of taking the time to unstack them, take the lid off, put it away, put it back. Who has time for that? Not us. So next, let's talk about a cricket. So a cricket can use a container, any container basically. Crickets are so organized. They're just naturally really organized people. They're sort of over-organized too, so I'll show you an example. So a cricket could use a container container like this from the dollar store, but they would need to put smaller containers inside. They wouldn't just want to put all of their medicine in one and call it medicine. They would need to have it like pain relievers and antacids, things sorted out. And of course they can put the lids on top. And I want to be a cricket. They're just super organized people. But remember, crickets, if you're living with like a ladybug or a butterfly, don't set up a system that other people in your family can't use. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna take the lid off. We're not gonna sort it into a million little containers. It's not gonna happen. So you have to compromise and come up with a happy medium. You know these little tool organizers? They're pretty much a cricket's best friend from the dollar store. They like to segregate everything into little like, these are AA batteries and AAA batteries and C batteries, whereas I'll just have a bin labeled batteries with everything jumbled together. My husband is a cricket. It would drive him bananas to have that. So if you're seeing these, if you have a cricket in your family, or if you're a cricket and you see these little containers from the dollar store where you can really separate things, I don't know. I would never use this, but crickets love this type of organizing system. Now, while I'm making it seem like a cricket is perfect, they are most certainly not, because they're so sort of perfectionist. They're a lot like a bee in that they leave their piles out until they have a chance to deal with them. And they don't want to put things away until they're done and they can organize it perfectly, or they're completely 100% done with a project. So they can really benefit from project boxes the same way a bee can. So let's talk about a bee. A bee and a cricket are really similar in that they're pretty logical and they're pretty organized, but both of them tend to leave things out until they're done with them. A bee takes that to the extreme because they tend to have a lot of projects on the go. So maybe they're woodworkers or scrapbookers, or they love to cook and they like all their tools and supplies out all over the place and they don't want to put it away because they're not done with them. So a project box or a bin or a basket, just like a ladybug would like, but leaving them out and labeling them what the project is. While a bee is a lot like a cricket and they tend to be meticulous and like their things left out until they're done using them, they're also a lot like a butterfly in that they're really visual people. So I love these dollar store containers. They are these foldable, see-through storage containers for a bee. They are pretty much perfect for bees. They have this see-through mesh on the side so you can still see what's in them. They're huge, they hold a ton of stuff. So both a bee and a butterfly would really use a bin like this.
I think this is where the biggest frustration comes for families, that we all have a little sort of different organizing style and it can be infuriating. My husband is a cricket, so this project, this lamp project, he's doing something with Izzy, has been here for months. If he was a butterfly, I'd be able to put it in this nice clear container and set it on a shelf or inside a closet, and he'd be able to work on it later. But that wouldn't work for him. Nor would this system that would work for a bee. I could label the front if he was a bee and stack a bunch of different project boxes off to the side. With the mesh side, he'd be able to see what was inside. But again, that's not going to work for him. If he was a ladybug, I'd be able to just put the things in this like pretty bin and leave it out. This is what I would like to do. And since we share the space, we're going to compromise. So we're going to sort of combine two of these solutions together. So that means I have to organize like a cricket. And a cricket likes to organize really meticulously. So I'm going to use this dollar store sorter to sort all the smaller supplies into little spots and then put it in the pretty bin on the counter. So I'm going to go ahead and sort the cables and the little pieces and the circuit boards and all the craziness that comes with this project, and then label those and label the bin and have it left out. And labeling is where the magic comes in, because no matter what bug you are, it's a visual reminder of what's inside.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're feeling inspired to go to the dollar store and use the products there to organize something in your home today, and hopefully you've identified what clutterbug you are. I'd love to know, so put in the description below what clutterbug you are. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. So thank you guys so much who have stayed to the end. I'm like, whoo, I'm sweaty, I'm tired. I had so many containers from the dollar store, like an obnoxious amount of containers from the dollar store, which I felt the need to do something with because my husband was like, what are you gonna do with all those? Are they gonna go in your dollar store closet to die? I do. I have a dollar store bin closet. So when I organize something and then I reorganize something because I'm crazy, I take the old bins and I just stack them in this closet downstairs. Oh, it's obnoxious. It's just like dollar store rejects. It's my dollar store reject closet. I should donate them is what I should do, but I don't. I keep them. I have just, you know, some sort of sick attachment to dollar store containers. So anyways, I felt the need to do something with the ones I have. So I reorganized the garage. I reorganized the mudroom. I was just like, I was doing it up, you guys. And basically putting stuff that was already in a container in a different container and then finding a spot to store the first container because that's a normal thing to do, right? That was my exercise for the year because I'm a little winded. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you today about, really quickly, about how the whole what is your ClutterBug thing came about. So a lot of you have asked me before, like, how do you become a professional organizer? Blah, blah, blah. How did you start your business? And for me, it was, I was organizing my own home and then I was doing friends and family home. And then through word of mouth, people were like, can you do my home? And I was doing it and it was spreading and spreading and spreading. But in the beginning, I used to say to people, basically because I wasn't confident in my abilities, I would say, if you are not 100% satisfied, call me back. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make this system work for you no matter how many times you call me. Like, I want you to be happy. And I would quote the job, not by the hour. So, you know, $100 to do someone's bedroom, and they'd call me back, my friends, and I'd go back and back and back and back until we got it right, and it would end up I'd be paid like $1 an hour. My kids are home and they have a friend over. I always just do this while they're at school, but I don't know, I was lazy today, so I'm finishing it up because I was organizing for so long. They got off the bus, so I'm finishing it now that they're home. It's like, they're like little trains, just fighting, and I hear crashing, and can I have a snack every 10 seconds? And I'm like, supper's in 10 minutes, stop asking me for a freaking snack. I'm getting through this. I'm getting through this. I just wanted to end by telling you, okay, so people were calling me all the time, and I was going back, and I just was going back for free to redo it, and it cost me a lot of money. And what I really found was most of the people who hire a professional organizer are two kinds, okay? So you have the butterfly, who tend to be the messiest of all the bugs because it's really like, or a bee, they have everything out, like they want to see it, right? And so they tend to have really cluttered spaces. And then you have a cricket, and a cricket's really a perfectionist, and they want meticulous organizing systems that they don't have the time to set up themselves sometimes, so they hire a professional organizer to do it for them. The problem is, I am not a butterfly or a cricket. I'm like the opposite of those bugs, right? So my organizing systems for my home don't work for them. They're like literally the opposites. Especially crickets would be like, are you crazy? Like this, are you an organizer? This isn't right. And just because maybe I didn't have the confidence or whatever, I just kept going back and back and back until I got it right. So that is how I learned. I learned because I had to, because it was costing me a fortune. I had to pay daycare while I was organizing people's homes. So, or my husband would be home and be like, you've gone there like 20 times for like $100. This is ridiculous. So I had to learn to sort of identify people just by looking at their home, by meeting them in like the first 10 minutes, really getting a feel of what works for them and what doesn't. And, so I could set up a system for them that way. It was desperation, you guys. And when I really started looking at it that way, it was obvious. To me, it's super obvious. And sometimes I can meet people and just talking to them within like 10 minutes, I could be like, you're a cricket. I know you're a cricket. But it's hard. It's hard for me to articulate that to you. It's hard for me to take what I see about a person and their organizing style and like put it into words or make a test for you to take. So it isn't 100% accurate. And some people are a lot of different things, and they need, like, some people are a cricket for their paperwork, but they're a butterfly for their whatever, you know? So it is hard, but I know it works. I know it works because when I started identifying my client's style and then making a system for that style, I stopped having to go back 1,000 freaking times. So I know it works because I lived it for like 2 years of my life. So my point of this is identify your style, and maybe you've just like heard me talking about it and the test wasn't accurate, but that's okay. That's okay because you'll know. I think in your heart of hearts you'll know what bug you are. And it's really basically just so you're not making like a big organizing mistake, like getting all solid colored, you know, pretty baskets lined up inside your closet when you're a butterfly, and you'll never use them because you have no idea what's inside, and you'll just leave all your stuff all out. So it's just to save you some time and save you perhaps some money buying containers and systems that don't work, and like I did so many times, I wanted to share that with you guys. And that's all. Okay, I'll see you next time.